Hi, I'm Julie Burt, the founder of Coal Creek Physical Therapy, which I opened in December of 2001. And I've been a practicing physical therapist, helping people feel better and live a life they love since January of 1998. Today, I'm partnering with Smart Commute and the Broomfield Chamber of Commerce in order to bring you helpful and usable information for you to optimize your physical health while teleworking from home. Basically, the year 2020 and the COVID-19 pandemic changed the face of the workspace. Most of us were charged with working from home in order to stop the spread of the virus, or at least slow it down. Now, even though the pandemic is a little better under control, a lot of companies are preferring to keep their employees working from home because there were great benefits to both the company and the employee. Most individuals love working from home because it's comfortable, flexible, and they save time and money on their commute. However, there is a physical detriment with working from home that snuck in unnoticed. Basically, most of us are taking a lot less steps. In order to get to work in the past, we had to walk from our home to our car, from the car to the building, and then we would sit at our desk space, and in order to get water, coffee, go to the restroom, we had to get up and walk across the suite, or even walk across the entire floor of the building. This ends up to be 5 to 10 times more steps per day than if we're sitting in our own home workspace and going to our own restroom or kitchen. That's a lot. And the other thing is if we have to meet with our colleagues, we used to have to go to their desks or we'd have to go to a meeting room. And now we literally do not even have to stand up to log into Zoom and meet virtually. A 2011 study found that people who took 6,000 steps per day had significantly less problems with standing, walking, and stairs 2 years later. And if they added 1,000 steps per day, or for every 1,000 steps per day that they added in addition to the 6,000, it decreased their risk of mobility problems by 20%. That's a lot. It's a well-known fact that standing and walking decreases our blood sugar, decreases our cholesterol, and decreases our weight. And so standing and walking is also important for our cardiovascular health and preventing heart disease. Finally, sitting puts a lot of excessive pressure on our low back and spines. And so standing and walking, even just those 6,000 to 10,000 steps per day, does a lot to prevent low back pain, sciatica, neck pain, headaches, which currently is the most expensive and biggest reason for disability in the US today. So, I'd like to take a moment to describe or explain the stresses on our spine with sitting. So, when you're standing, the forces on our low back are literally half your body weight. For the average person, it's anywhere from 60 to 120 pounds, depending on your weight. When you sit down, even in the most ideal ergonomics, that pressure increases by 50%. If you add a forward lean or a forward reach, that pressure on the low back structures increases by 75% and also transfers some of the force to your neck. So, the important thing to do, I should mention, standing desks are an excellent option for reducing the stress on our spines, and I would definitely promote that. However, standing is also sedentary, and sedentary postures, no matter what, decrease blood flow to the muscles, causing them to ache and placing our tendons at risk for tendonitis. And it also places long, low-load stresses to our joints and ligaments, which causes sprains and strains over time. And with standing, you often end up with feet problems, knee problems, and low back problems. So no matter what, if we're sedentary, we got to do something to get rid of that strain on our bodies. What I'd like to do is suggest two things. One of them is to take micro breaks, and the other one is to put in purposeful physical activity each and every day, or at least 3 times a week. We're going to start with a micro break. Micro breaks are 1 to 2 minute breaks from sedentary postures in order to purposely put in blood flow to the muscles and movement into the joints that are affected by the sedentary postures. Coal Creek Physical Therapy has developed a 1 to 1.5 minute desktop fitness program that we like to call the 1 Minute Muscle Manager. So I'm going to take you all through this right now, and it specifically targets every tissue that's sitting at a computer desk, can possibly harm. All right, so I'd like to start with shoulder circles. We're going to roll these shoulders up and back. And this is going to increase blood flow to your neck and shoulders and upper back. And for each exercise, we're going to do it 6 times. So now we're going to go forward 6 times. And basically doing each of these exercises for 6 repetitions or holding for 6 seconds makes you fit everything in within 1 minute because it's a set of 10 exercises. The next one we're going to do is press our feet into the floor, lift your chest, tuck your chin. And what this does is it turns on all of your postural muscles that gravity is fighting to turn off all day long. And we're going to hold this for 6 seconds. Great. Next, we're going to get after your forearms. Give your arms a break from all that typing that you're doing. We want to reach out, pull your wrist down, hold that for 6 seconds. And then we'll do the other one. And once again, this is giving your forearms a break from the typing activity that they're doing or holding your wrist slightly up all day. The next one, we'll place our hands together, drop your palms and raise your elbows. This opens the carpal tunnel and gives the forearm muscles on the other side a break as well. Great. And the next one we're going to do is squeeze our shoulder blades back and down. Picture those shoulder blades hitting your back pockets. This is going to undo, again, the forces of gravity driving us forward all day. Spine loves it. Shoulder blade muscles love it. And after that, we're going to do the figure 4 stretch where you cross your ankle across your thigh, push your knee down, lift your chest, and arch your low back just a little bit so that it puts the stretch right into the hips. Yeah, these things can go kind of numb after sitting all day like that. So we'll do the other one. Press your ankle, press your knee, sit up tall, feel that stretch in your hip. And just 6 seconds is a great break. After that, we're going to tighten our tummy muscles. Unfortunately, the invention of the chair was really helpful for computer work, not so great for our stomach strength. So holding this for 6 seconds, an hour every hour throughout the day is going to really help with your stomach conditioning. Finally, I'd like you to sit at the edge of your desk, tummy tight, chest up, and just lean forward at your hips 6 times. This is going to put a little blood flow in those low back muscles, get your hip joints moving. Great. And that is all it takes to do the 1 minute muscle manager and have excellent desktop fitness throughout your day. Very easy to perform, once an hour. And again, studies have shown that taking 1 to 2 minutes out of your day every hour actually promotes productivity because it decreases aches and pains to such a significant level. And in addition to taking the micro breaks, I'd like to also suggest that everyone put in a purposeful 30-minute walk or 30-minute exercise activity in addition to the micro breaks throughout the day. Basically, people walk an average of 3,000 to 4,000 steps per day without putting in purposeful exercise. And I have to say, this statistic was measured before the pandemic and everybody started working from home. So it may be that we actually take a lot fewer steps than that currently. And if it takes 6,000 to 10,000 to have all those wonderful benefits on our mobility, cardiovascular health, then we had better put in some purposeful stepping. The American Journal of Epidemiology states that just 30 minutes of physical activity can counteract a day of sitting. Walking 30 minutes per day lowers your risk of heart disease and stroke by 35% and lowers the risk of type 2 diabetes by 40%. A 30-minute walk each day gains you 400 or 4,500 more steps per day, and that easily has you reach that efficiency goal of 6,000 to 10,000 steps per day to promote long-term physical health. There's another couple of benefits that I'm going to share with you that are really important with walking and doing physical, purposeful exercise every day, but you'll also notice in your physical well-being right away. When a person does continuous aerobic activity for 20 minutes or more, the human body uses a different energy system. This energy system is called the Krebs cycle, or the TCA cycle. The byproduct of using this TCA cycle is that for every unit of ATP that our cell uses to create energy, it literally creates 2 more units of ATP. So ATP is like our cell's little packet of gasoline, our cell energy. So for every unit of energy that you use, you create 2 more for every minute past 20 minutes of doing aerobic activity. And that is literally doubling your energy, physically and literally. The other thing is after 10 minutes of continuous activity, our body starts to produce endorphins. Endorphins are amazing painkillers. So any ache or pain that you might have developed despite doing the micro breaks during the day, you can literally walk it off at the end of the day with a 30-minute walk. Endorphins are also a very natural mood elevator. So in case you got a little stressed at work or just being inside, brought you down a little bit, taking your 30-minute walk or getting up for some exercise is going to double your energy and elevate your mood. So in conclusion, I'd like for everyone to put into their day to optimize their physical well-being. Micro breaks, doing the desktop fitness 1-minute muscle manager every hour if possible, and then take a 30-minute walk or a 30-minute purposeful exercise at lunch, before work, after work, and then basically you'll be able to enjoy the comfort and the relaxation of working from home and not suffer the loss of your steps or the loss of your physical activity. So I hope all of this information was helpful, and if you have any more questions about teleworking or commuting in the North Metro area, please contact Smart Commute directly. Thank you.